Guys, this is a mystery.
Can someone pronounce this word, please? What's hyphen, not hyphen, apostrophe re? What are? Because what I know is what are, and I think you can only. I don't know the English word, but you can only apostrophe. You can only add apostrophe to a word when they have two vowel sounds. This is WHAT and ARE. So we have what and we have R. T is consonant, A is vowel, so you can't merge them together. Let me just use Claude. Man, perks of being colonized by a country. You know the intricacies of their language. I know more about English language than Yoruba. That's sad. Claude said, "It looks like your message got cut off. What were you going to ask? Is this a word?" I think it's called abbreviate. I'm not sure. Is what? Apostrophe RE. Oh my god, guys, I'm done. I'm dumb. It is a word. Oh, but I thought you can only abbreviate a word when there are two vowels. I was wrong. Oh, okay, it's called contractions. Excuse me. It says that's not quite right. Contractions in English don't follow a two vowels rule. They work by combining two words and replacing the omitted letters with an apostrophe. For example, oh, can't. Yeah, but these are two consonants. Eats. Oh, okay. This is a consonant and this is a vowel. Never mind, I was wrong. They are were what are oh, guys, okay, let's be honest. Someone should pronounce this. This is can't, cannot, it's, it is, they are, they are, what are, what are, I am, I am, I am, won't, will not. I think this is I am. Yeah, it's I am. Then I am. I am. Then this is what are. It's not that funny. Relax. Stop distracting me. What are? What are you doing? Wait, I can't even say what are you doing. It's just what are you? Where you doing? Yeah, where you doing? Where? Oh, maybe this is why there is like American stroke British English accent. Because to be honest, I don't even think it's an accent. I think it's just you being able to pronounce the word properly. Because some British people speak English here, and I'm like, bro, your English sounds horrible. You know what? It is accents. Apologies. Let me not sound like a racist person. It's humanities. Everyone is too sensitive, and because of colonization and slavery and hatred and people fighting each other, a person like me that's I do kind of care about colonialism and slavery ish to an extent because that happened. But I can't just come online and make my own content without sounding like a hateful person. Oh, guys, let me gist you. So on Sunday, I went for this comedy show. It was not so funny. The title of the comedy show should be Not So Funny Comedy. We, we are all traumatized. Featuring migrants. Now that is kind of fun. Oh my god, that statement I just made right now is probably going to be an award-winning statement that night. Or maybe I'm just gloating. Maybe I am just gloating because the first guy came online, or he came on stage, and I think there is a difference between comedy and a roast, and I wrote it in my notebook. But let me ask Claude: is there a difference between a comedy and a roast? Yes. See, yes. Yes, there's a clear difference. Comedy is a broad term for anything meant to make people laugh. Stand up sketches, sitcoms, funny films, etc. The humor can be about anything and isn't directed at a specific person. A roast is a specific type of comedy where a particular person, usually a celebrity or public figure, is mocked and insulted affectionately to their face, often at a special event. The target is usually present and knows it's coming. It's meant to be taken in good spirit. The problem is, as a colored person, I am not a colored person in Jesus' name. As Israel from Africa, I won't say black because I am not black too in Jesus' name. This is black. My skin color is not black. This is just, I don't know what color this is. This is like brown actually. But this is black. This is definitely black. Or maybe caramel. I don't know. But not black. Now, as a African, you might think like, oh my god, he's living in the UK now and he's whitewashed or he's just deriding white people. No. And you might think that with the next couple of things I would say. But and I understand slavery, racism, I get it to an extent because I know I sound like, I want to be honest, I probably sound like a bastard because I'm a black person. But like that shit happened centuries ago. And I know it's like, yes, but they should pay for their sins. They should pay for their sins, obviously. But I also like to like live a life of peace and happiness and joy, if that makes any sense. And I know there are other things that encompass this that I cannot really talk about because with the existence of those other things, they should definitely pay. But let us just skip to the comedy show. The black dude just felt like someone that was extremely hungry and hateful and traumatized and hasn't healed from something and was just making humor out of it. And the humor wasn't so funny to me because I felt like this guy is just in pain and he's hurting. Especially when he started saying he hates French people. I hate French people, and I get it. These people colonized the world. You have the right to hate them because they practically disrupted your society, literally. But you have to keep in mind that some people just want to go for a comedy show to laugh without having to deal with any form of politicking or start analyzing things. I was there. So on Sunday, I just wanted to listen to jokes and be like, oh my god, ah! Not, I hate French people, ah, I hate French people. Oh, next thing, no racist can come to me so stronger. Ah, no, I just want to laugh, bro. And then the next lady comes on, and the next lady wasn't as. I'm not insulting the first guy by saying he's sad. I'm just trying to use the adjectives the way they are without trying to water it down. And I'm not saying this is personal, but they ruined my night, and I'm just an upset person that paid a pound to see a show. And it's not about the pound, it's not about the pound, but I'm just being like vocal. I paid and I was expecting results, which was comedy, but I didn't get comedy. I got people that were just angry and were a bit sad, and they were just kind of frustrated. And I'm not saying that the white man is to not be blamed. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that I was going for a comedy show and I wanted comedy, but they didn't give me comedy. They gave me anger. But they didn't give me anger. They were just angry and they were mixing their anger with humor and they were just being angry through the rest of the night and they were mixing it with humor. The first guy, practically what he did throughout the night. And the MC roasted me. So, but I won't. If you want to be honest, I didn't really see it as a roast because it's not that deep. But the MC was not like. It wasn't like so funny. I mean, the first comedy show I went to, the MC actually roasted me, but it was funny. This MC was just rude to me, but it's not personal because sometimes things are not personal. When you start like being a very chilled person, you realize things from people towards you is not a matter of you, it's a matter of them. So it's not personal. Not personal. But the first guy, and this might sound like I'm whitewashed, but the first guy was a white guy and he roasted me and I laughed because he roasted me and in form of other context that you guys might not know about. The roast was well deserved. So I like okay, fine. But then again, in as much as it was deserved, what I also did was kind of as a good person, I'm not meant to do that, but as a human being that's like I've been in their feelings too. I have my own rights because I'm human and I'm not a stoic. I never wrote it somewhere that Israel is a stoic. Nope, I'm not a stoic, but I'm becoming a better person. So the roast was like, okay, okay, I get it. But this other guy asked me what my hobbies were. Then I was like, okay, next. but then I wasn't offended about it. I was like, oh, ouch. Then I moved on. Then I was like expecting all those stand-up comedy MCs, the way they like do things and like real laughter. Because I think the audience too were just not being honest, or people, or maybe I just have like huge troubles in life. Because I do want to speak of the seen and on the unseen. I know that might not sound sensible to you guys too, but maybe some people just have a form of humor that I cannot relate to. But I like things that are funny, like Big Bang Theory type of funny, or How I Met Your Mother type of funny, or Friends type of funny. Like just laughter and joy, not laughter and anger or laughter and hatred. I want laughter and like and then like and then the joke, then you think about the joke, you're like, oh, and then it went to the top, and then the stars, maybe not fairy tale, but like something funny and happy. Funny with a mixture of happy and joy and a little bit of butterflies and rainbows and a bit of like nothing political. Even if there was something political and he used something like North Korea and like it maybe twisted it with South Korea, and then there's happiness but like in the form of twisted humor. Like maybe political that has a form of humor in it. But this one was like just very hateful and like not nice. Then the lady the lady's one was like not bad, not very funny, but at least she wasn't hating. And that was nice. She wasn't hating. So that was nice. But then she was talking about that. The funny part was okay, sexual things are also very funny. Or maybe it's just a me thing. That is why I said maybe it's also a me thing. Because when she spoke about her boobs being extremely long, that someone was sucking her boobs from the kitchen. I was like, what the fuck? That was kind of funny. But the other guy, the first guy, the only thing I can remember from him is just how he hates the French and how there is racism in the country and how he is extremely huge and how he's black and he's black and proud. I'm trying to, maybe it is a me problem. I'm trying to remember the other things. Okay, he did some funny gestures with his face. Oh, there was one that he almost became funny when he said, if you go to the hospital and maybe I should slow down a bit. You guys might not be able to hear me. You guys can hear me. So it was like if he goes to the hospital and the person that breaks the news to him is a Pakistani. I was expecting him to make like a very funny. I thought he was going to like make a very funny Pakistani impression. Like those are the kind of race roast that's it's funny. Like hello, that's funny. Not like I'll beat him up. Like chill, bro. Like chill. Chill the fuck out. And then the Asian guy, I was expecting the Asian guy to also like, oh my god, come and blow my mind. Asian comedian? That is like not very popular because Asians are like not to be brainiacs. You know, that kind of joke, like stereotypical jokes, but they're like funny. That doesn't really have to do with racism and something like hatred. Like, fine, we get it, there's racism, there's hatred, but like everyone should just chill out the beats. Because I just wanted to laugh. But I wasn't laughing all through the night. At the point, I was even like psychoanalyzing them, like, what happened? Oh, the Asian. Oh my god, the Asian guy started. For me, it started beautifully when he said his parents would be disappointed in him as an Asian because he's a stand-up comedian, and if they walk in, he would start acting like he was singing karaoke. Like I can't even remember what he said because that was humor, That's nice. I just wanted someone to melt away my heart and give me comedy, not anger and humor. That is not comedy. That is just anger and humor. Or maybe it is just me and I don't know, man. Or maybe my subconscious has been whitewashed. If I want to be extremely honest, I don't think it is. Definitely not. I just wanted comedy that was not anyone hating on anyone and being political or telling me like everything you see on TikTok is everything you're seeing everywhere, and everyone is just talking about the same bullshit. It's either racism or feminism or some stupid shit, bro. I need a time machine so I can just be a child and just run away from you lot, run away from everybody. The world is just so sad, and everyone is just so hungry. Why are you so hungry? Okay, now I'm just repeating myself. Let me move on. And I want to be punctual here, so I said I'm going to leave the house by 3 o'clock. I'm going to dress up by 2. This is already 2:07, so I've I've kind of failed, but I've not failed. I've only failed if I don't leave the house by 3 p.m. It's 2:07. Now, think about it, guys. This TV show has just 27 minutes left. I might as well just finish it before going to dress up. But that is how procrastination and not procrastination. Yeah, it is procrastination because what I'm meant to do right now is to go and dress up. But I want to procrastinate it by finishing this TV show. So no. I feel like I've said a lot of rubbish because my internal stomach is feeling a form of stomach upset. So maybe I've just been lying to myself since. So if you want to be honest, let us see what really happened that night. No, please, let's be honest. I want to be very honest. I just wanted happiness because this is although I don't like that I'm going back to Nigeria because the sun is hot as fuck. But like maybe it's a figment of my imagination that Nigerians are extremely happy. But when I was in Nigeria last year, I was extremely happy. Or maybe it is because I've not seen my family in a long time. Let me calm down. If I'm being honest, to me that is it. Everyone was just angry. Okay, the lady was not angry. The Asian guy wasn't so angry, but I just want a day where okay, it's not I want a day. I just wanted an environment where there was no latent hatred for anyone. I just wanted comedy that had nothing to do with race. And even if it had to do with race, not about hatred, but something that is actually funny. You know? Something that is funny. Or like everybody hates Chris kind of funny. But if I want to be honest, I think Big Bang Theory is much more funny than everybody hates Chris. But I've not seen Fresh Prince of Bel Air, so because now I'm trying to like I want to live in a world where if I'm making a video like this, because I'm talking about Big Bang Theory and I'm picturing in my head that all of them are white, I'm now quickly saying French Prince of Bel everybody hates Chris so that I can balance it up with race. Like just God, I miss when I was in Nigeria and I never traveled because I can just be with my guys talking about guy. I used to have a very good friend, Tony. I watched Big Bang Theory because of Tony Hassan. Tony used to tell me about Big Bang Theory. And then after watching Big Bang Theory, Tony and I, anytime I teach Tony, I'll be like Bazinga Punk, like Bazinga, Bazinga. You know, back in the days where like racism is in like storybooks and all that. And I know I should know my history and all that. Like, yeah. But like, a nigga just wants to be fucking happy, bro. I just don't want to deal with reality. I don't want to deal with this reality. I just want the reality of happiness where it's just like, oh, hello. That's just like, I don't give a fuck. But I need to give a fuck because it is real. Curse the white man for taking over the world and not minding their fucking business and staying in their own fucking geographical region because they caused all this shit, bro. If they are not left Europe, a nigga would be able to listen to funny jokes without thinking. I can't even make this content in all honesty because then I'm going to sound like a whitewashed person. So I need to like balance everything I'm saying. I need to be balancing all my statements so that I can appeal or appease every ethnicity. Ah! Fuck you! I should move on. Why am I going to the library again? I want to be honest. Because I'm trying to avoid someone. See, yeah. After going back to Nigeria and I get my money right, even if it is in Nigeria, I just need to be alone. I just need to be alone. And when I become a billionaire, I'm going to buy a private island where I'll stay away from humanity. Then I'll still come to humanity to like meet with you humans and play with you people and like chill with society. But then I'll go back to my fortress of solitude. Why? Because one, humans are very difficult to change. And humans do change and people see reason. But it is exhausting and the process of you changing them and trying to help them to see reason is going to stretch you. It will make you stronger, but it will also make you grow. And it will make you lose a form of innocence, but it will also make you stronger. But it will make you lose your baby fat because you have to start facing some reality and you have to start growing and you have to start maturing and you have to be stronger and growing. But like, I don't want to grow. I just want to live in a bubble. It's not a crime. I just want to be happy and not grow. I don't want to start thinking of, okay, how am I going to help this next person? Like, Jesus should help you. I just want to be alone. And trust me, this is not even about like some very advanced helping, like the one that was like very advanced and scary. This is even about like some hard conversations because like And I know it is selfish, highly likely, but it is also selfish to me to be the person that has to keep changing myself and have to keep molding myself and like be I have to be a sculptor and I have to keep molding myself to an image or to a strong person to be a person that is trying to lead you or whatnot. Like nigga, no! I don't want to. But I have to. Because someone has to fucking do their fucking job. I don't want to. Why? Because maybe I'm lying right now because I'm over extracting my eyeballs like but in a way it kind of hurts. Like it makes you start dealing with so much gruesome life reality, and sometimes I know you have to deal with reality of life because you have to be in life. I have to deal with reality, but perception is reality. No, Israel, reality is reality. Reality is reality, and the reality is humans are exhausting, fucking exhausting, bro. And you can't help people by not killing a part of you. You would kill some bad part of you, but I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, based on my emotions and feelings, you'd also kill some baby childish part of you that is like a baby boy. And then you have to start becoming a man. And bro, that shit sucks. Like, fine, when you want to be like a very powerful person that is leading people and like trying to help develop society, it is like needed a form of responsibility. But bro, it sucks because sometimes some people, e.g., me, I just want to live a life of happiness and like just you know chill, wake up in the morning, watch a movie. Like I have goals. I want to rule the world, but like sometimes I also just want to be in a nice environment where I'm just chilling and relax and just have fresh air. So sometimes I'm like, I understand Kanye when there was an interview when someone asked Kanye that what is the fashion trend that he regrets participating in, and he said life. Like for the most part, I don't regret life because life is entertaining, it's fascinating. But sometimes I just want that serenity where I don't have to be worrying about things. God, growing up sucks. But then again, I'm Israel and I'm probably flowing right now and I'm probably having some weird linkage to some different frequencies and my mind is being altered. And later on, I will come to a different realization and I'll propose a different theory. But I'm even fucking tired of philosophizing. Fucking tired of psychology. I'm tired of philosophy. I'm tired of theology. I'm tired of everything. Like, I just want to be like in a world where I'm just like the master of the universe, and then whatever I want is what happens. And because I'm the master of the universe doesn't mean I even want to be your ruler. Sometimes I just want to be a bad character that nobody knows about, and I'm just chilling somewhere, crossing my legs with a cocktail and just watching everybody and just like these people. Sometimes I don't want to take the show. I don't want to take the stage. Sometimes I also want to take the stage, but it's becoming a life whereby you have to pick one role and stick to it. Like, what the fuck? Or maybe that is just me. Maybe I just need to create my own world. But then with the existence of God, because in my Nietzsche's philosophy, with the existence of God, and this has not to do with Nietzsche's philosophy. This is Israel's philosophy. With the existence of God, man can never be free. Maybe that was why when I was praying this morning, I felt like his presence was just floating. Like, man, who's calling me? Oh, that boy. I don't know. This boy, very arrogant, very confused human being. I don't think I'm coming. But I didn't really go again. It was like say the right things. I'm like, what is even the right thing? What is the right thing? Like and subscribe. I really wish so. What can I call this video? Like a form of clickbait that will make people watch this, because these are very deep thoughts. These are very deep and interesting thoughts. And I'm sure if a lot of people watch this, though, really resonate with it and they will subscribe, and I will have like so many followers. But not as much as I want to have followers and fans, sometimes I also do not want to have any follower or any fans. Like I want to like live in all the realms of human existence all at once, but not all at once. I want to be like a time. I want to be like a reality molder. Like I'm molding different reality for myself, and I'm like a god. So the time I was watching the YouTube video on how to become God. But then in the Bible, I was reading the Bible this morning and Jesus said, "We are all God. If I'm God, then let me just be." Oh, what if I'm existing in a different plane right now and I'm actually God, and this realm that I'm in, I actually created this existence myself, an existence whereby I want to be God, and I'm confused because I don't know which path I want, because at the end of the day, I kind of want every path, but I also want the liberty of I like the feels that comes with being a person that needs to like help people and be a driving factor, but I also like the freedom that comes with just being an invincible character that can just enjoy his life without any responsibilities, but also like the liberty of being not even a character but the architecture of everything. But I have never been that one before. Maybe that's why I love to be an entrepreneur, because then I feel like I have a control on how things would move and how I would create things. But right now I'm also dealing with like some other things that's like Kandiabakun. So maybe that's also why I even wrote the part of the story where there has to be like some mythological, not just creatures, mythological existence to it. So maybe like I wrote all this story encompassing this sophistication, because if I can really tell you guys the full story of my life, it is Oscar winning. Like this is Timothy Chalamet. When there's Israel. And this is not even a movie. This is my real life. And I know Timothy Chalamet is also going through a figment or a fraction of what I'm going through. But in a way, he's probably even going through worse, because it probably doesn't even exist in his own body. But then there's me, who out of billions of people knows something that is like, think about that for a second. So in a way, I'm like a 0.00001%. And guess what? I am still so good that I am still I'm trying to still find a way to like make things right and still mold myself and evolve as a person to still connect with the divine. But then I'm still forcing myself to connect with my own divinity inside me. So it's like I have my own divinity, there's a divinity up there, and then there's a divinity that is even unclean, that we call unclean, but then it's unclean if he's actually torturing people. So it's like multiple fireworks. And there's also the divinity of me. So like even in my own divinity, I have my human side, which is like trying to be a human being and trying to just enjoy life as a human being. Then there's another part of me that's trying to resonate with divinity above and also understand the divinity below and also understand the divinity externally. She's like, and then there's the human side trying to also understand the human world. Damn, Israel, who are you? But then, like, I wanted to be like, a book should be written for me. But then, there's a part of me that is like, what a very mediocre way of thinking. Like, a truly powerful person doesn't even need that. But then there's also a human part of me that wants to experience all these aspects and areas of life. Because in this existence, I want to feel everything. Like, but then there's still a there's still a part of me, but call that part a divine part, because if it's just a human part, then I am right with when I say that Nietzsche underestimates humans, because Nietzsche's first conclusion of a world where God is dead is nihilism. But for me, my first conclusion of a world where there is no God is absolute control and supremacy. Because then I have the liberty of actually one on. Do you know what it means to be the 100% architect of your own universe? That means 100% input is 100% output. That is brilliant, amazingly mind blowing because there's no external factor. The only external factor is probably the other humans that might want to influence you. But then, because the other humans that have same power as you can find a way to elevate yourself. But then it's going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong, because you're probably born into like a different structure. But then, you being born into a different structure has already validated the existence of another supremacy. Because then that supremacy kind of found a way to put you in a structure. But then, if you're like just a human being with 100% freedom, that means you control everything. That is the world. Like, but in this existence right now, there is no way I can live in that world because I already exist as this being. So my existence as this being alone and having this multiple train of thoughts already validates a supremacy that is bigger than mine, and no matter the amount of input I put in, it can never be 100% input equals 100% output. Why? Because there is a supremacy, and if there's no supremacy, chances are there are different other higher or lower or supremacies. Then I'm not trying to talk like a Christian 100%. I'm talking about the existence of a God means there are also existence of different beings. And because the existence of different beings, then there will definitely be interference with whatever thing I am doing, because they are definitely going to be existing in my realm of existence. And so, right now, my current existence and me trying to validate all my planes of realities or trying to have the full experience of life can never yield anything real. Because there is a divinity up there that is already controlling everything. So the only way I can really achieve anything in my existence is by aligning myself with the divinity. And so that kind of invalidates my existence, because then I cannot really exist as my own being. I have to exist as a being that does the will of the being that created me. Oh! Relax, bro. So, at the end of the day, when someone tells you that life is pointless, you might be like, "Ugh, I'm not insulting you, but a lesser man." And my train of thought might still go higher, but let us first take it step by step. A lesser man will be like, ugh, Solomon, very mundane. God gave him all the wisdom and the power, and then he's conjuring other beings and then doing beating with them. But at the end of the day, if there's a supreme being up there that is validating you and giving you instructions and every single thing, at some point, no matter how nice that being is to you, you will want your freedom. No matter how much your parents love you, no matter how much they give you, you at some point want to be free from them. Why? Because you will want to live your own existence as a free being. You want that freedom, and even your need to have that freedom in the first place already shows that you are caged. Because your mind can only process freedom because it feels like something is lacking. But then, if I want to go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher, right now, I'll just be rushing the process. Why? Because I just need to align with the extreme supreme being, straight up. But it's like, I don't know you like that, bro. But then the lesser man will be like, he has a demon in him. But then, let's throw away the lesser men and then let's talk about some people that are more intelligent or intellectually inclined to think. So we are here intellectually thinking. And then you're not using your current existence to analyze your own existence. You realize that, there are different beings in different peoples, in different cultures, tradition, theories, philosophers, every way, body, Hindu, voodoo, whatnot, every religion, every sector, white, black, green, Asian, whatever human color you are, you believe that there is one God that's created the universe. And you might not even be a Jewish person. Like, the reason why we believe in Yahweh and Yeshua and Jesus is because the Israelites gave us the Abrahamic God. So, as an African man, I will believe my own Shango and all that on all these other beings. But at the end of the day, even that has already restricted my existence as a person. Because then there are other beings that I have to pay homage to because they have more supremacy and authority than me. Why do you have more supremacy and authority than me? And who are you to have more supremacy and authority than me? But then when you think about it, that Shango is just a human being that transcended into a godlike creature. But then apparently, Jewish people are telling me that there's a god even in the skies. I suddenly start to see Shango as a mediocre god because I'm like, oh, this dude is a human being that ascended, but this one actually is a god and then came down to even help us and go back again. Like, interesting. But at the end of the day, all of them usually take immortal form. So it makes you still beg that, supreme, 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 but you still come down, take so many mortal forms, and everything is so complicated. And it's like, how am I free as a person? Because in as much as I'm trying to transcend my thoughts into different realms, bro, where does man have his freedom? Because man will never be free. And as long as you are worshipping a deity, the deity is responsible for you. So if you're a Christian, Muslim, Hindu, whatever, you might be like, oh, crazy person. I mean, you will not really say I'm crazy because I'm not telling you that there's no God. So, but you might be like, oh, see how he's talking, not making any sense. Yabba, yibbity, yappity, yappity, yappita. That's because you're not a good thinker. Your mind is not open. You are a slave to the supremacy. And that is why, if you really love the supremacy, yeah, or if you really are a person that even wants to understand the supremacy, you need to first break down the supremacy into molecular structures and you understand the supremacy from the fundamentals. Because if you just say you believe in a supremacy because the supremacy is the supremacy, you are not a lover of the supremacy. You're just probably a fearful person of the supremacy, or you're a person that wants the things that the supremacy has to offer you, but not because you genuinely love the supremacy. Because how can you love a being that cages you and forces you to do its bidding and you have to just love the person? That is not love. That is Stockholm syndrome. So think, motherfucker. But I need to go to the library because I can yap about this for eternity. Israel, you're weird. I'm not weird, but I just think.